So let us sit in the evening time, having lit a lamp that symbolizes divine love, divine light, and divine life. We have ignited some incense whose smoke pervades everywhere with sweet scent. We feel this pervasiveness of the divine that it represents inside everything. Today has been relatively hot, but there is a stillness and quiet in heat. And part of the key to the higher temperature is that there is no wind, not even a faint breeze. It is the silence and stillness that we want to capture during the time of meditation. Let us think that meditation is an intimate meeting, as close as we possibly can to the divine ground and author of our own being, to that origin and source of all things that exist. For ease of understanding, these fall into three categories. We can start with all those beings that we relate to and communicate with and deal with. Those that have a molecular body and also the capacity to speak. We should surely see the divine presence in such entities. We should surely see the divine origin and love, the capacity to make a sound that is comprehensible to another entity. Not only expressing sounds and words, but expressing meaning that in itself can be categorized in two ways: information and feeling. Many people communicate from the base of feeling. Let us sit in the molecular level, the bodily level. Let us not deny any human feelings of understanding, of love, compassion. And inside, of course, every human being is a complex system of history. Somebody's personal ups and downs, vicissitudes, mistakes, as well as glories, milestones, accomplishments, achievements, good works, good intentions. All our actions, all our deeds assemble in the unconscious area. And so when we see this in other people, let us also take the time to see it in our own overall makeup. This molecular body, we have no desire to control every single aspect of it. we just allow the instinctual or unconscious mind to work away and deliver what it wants, what it has been taught to do. But deeper down on the mental level, all kinds of comings and goings, all kinds of traumas, all kinds of delightful moments and joys, and as well as that, all kinds of sorrows, disappointments, all kinds of desires, all kinds of unfulfilled plans and promises. But the capacity to think and the capacity to absorb information and the capacity to react comes from deep within. And there is that withinness in every person. Another level of being would be non-human. Animal life, plant life, insect life, and beyond the scope of the human eyeball, bacterial life. Millions and billions of rod-shaped or spherical shaped bacteria, living cells that are capable of withstanding very extreme temperatures and pressures and acidity levels. That source is within all these things, including these bacteria. And then all the environment provided for all these living beings. Let's look at the life of plants, shrubs and ferns and flowers and trees, all having within them the capacity to reproduce, absorb nourishment and convert it into something living, and capturing the sunlight, putting their roots deep down into the soil, and selectively taking what their species is designed to take. And as we go through all of these beings in our minds, it is accompanied with a feeling of wonder, thankfulness, adoration for that entity that sits within them, evolving to the outside, expressing itself in different and varying and complementary ways, creating a synergy of beings, interdependent in overall what is called life. Then too, beyond that, we can see how there are shining objects all around. There is every reason to think that there are other beings unseen by us, far away in shining worlds, and in between the cloth of void, the interspace. In these three ways, we can see that all objects, including people and places, and moving scenes called events, these are all within our scope of experience. And all of them have a common strand, common thread. They are all linked to this supreme entity. And don't think for a moment this is far away. This is closer than breathing. Let us pause a moment to absorb this and to feel it. Now let us think that the soul is putting on a pure, subtle body, a mental body, and a pure physical body, a molecular body. And the infinite spirit takes the form of your most cherished form of God, the highest possible ideal, the most intimate ideal we can think of to worship. Think that this infinite spirit behind everything has taken this form and visualize it. In the infinite divine light, which is also infinite love and infinite bliss, we have the devotee and we have the deity, who is the embodiment of this infinite light and infinite love and bliss. Let us repeat our mantra appropriate for that chosen perfect ideal. And as we do so, let us meditate on that. It is this divine name that has become the sound embodiment, the sound vibration, the sound body of this chosen ideal. And as we repeat this mantra, we feel this intimate vibration within us, calling on him or her, beckoning to come and sit in the heart. Let us first meditate on the blissful, luminous, divine form in every detail. And all we are doing is visualizing and meditating on this blissful form And if the mind wanders away or tries to pull away, let us bring it back with this mantra. Repeating the mantra is like calling on the Blessed Lord to come and be our intimate companion, so that we may have a conversation, so that we may express our terms of love and endearment, so that we may pour out our hearts, desperate with love, to the infinite beloved. Blocking out any other small loves we have, saturating the mind with its presence. For this infinite love that we have within us is always flowing, is always present, enabling sight, sound, speech, enabling all the sensations of the body, enabling thinking, enabling our life and the life of all. Let us now meditate on that one's infinite purity, that one's infinite love and infinite compassion. And finally, let us meditate on his infinite consciousness, in which he is, as it were, drowned. Did you note that as you go on repeating the divine name and meditating on the divine being, moving from one aspect to another, a remarkable change in you? Did you notice how we feel that we are in touch with the cosmic harmony? How even our body is part of the cosmic body. How our mind is part of the cosmic mind. How our soul is part of the cosmic spirit. Let us always follow this way of japa and meditation, and we are sure to be blessed with some form of divine vision and some form of divine experience that increases our faith and makes our mind steady in this path of meditation. Maybe as we sit, the mind is thinking of all the events of the day, of the business. But this quiet time, this evening time, this intimate encounter with our beloved is an opportunity to gather all of those events up and offer them as flower offerings at the feet of our divine beloved, surrendering not only our actions, but surrendering body, surrendering mind, surrendering all that we normally think is ours, and yet it's His. Let us pray that that being occupies us always, that our awareness of it is always present, that we always feel that that one is the eye of the eye, and the ear of the ear, mind of mind, and speech of speech. Of course, the eye doesn't know it. Speech doesn't know it. But it knows them. For without that, none of this would function. That being's ever-present flowing grace is sufficient unto us. We can take that at many times during the day. And if we abide in that statement of truth, we shall be meditating all the time and all day, and thus fulfilling one of the most important teachings that has ever been given to the human race. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you shall ask what you want, and it shall be done unto you. If we keep this cosmic mind alive in our own consciousness, by dwelling on it 4, 5, 8, 10, 12 times a day, and also when we awaken in the middle of the night, we shall find that we are meditating. We are letting this cosmic eternal word abide in us, and we are listening. And then that becomes the activity of our consciousness. Let us assert, Lord, I will never leave thee. This is the words we can hear in the depth of our heart. We are never left alone. We should never be lonely. For just as that entity within us was with all these saints and sages in the past, so that entity is with us. And wheresoever we go, that also will go. That most beloved will be right there with you. Only remember, says this voice, to look for me, to expect me, Don't look for any sign. Don't look for anything outside. Look only to me. If you look only to me, one day, when you think you need water, it will come out of a rock. Or when you think you need food, it will come out of the sky. But never look for it. That is the great sin, looking for it. Look only to me. I am walking beside you. I am sitting within you. I am resting in your heart. I am in your mind. I am in your consciousness. I am right here in your arms, down into your very fingertips. Do you feel me? I am with you. I go before you to make all the crooked places straight, and I will never leave you. Let us sit now in the euphoria of the experience of a brief meditation. Let us allow this meditation to continue to flow within us, around us, and beyond us. Let us stay connected intimately to that innermost beloved who cherishes us, and we cherish that.